For round 3 of the Toyo Tyres MSA British Rallycross Championship, we head to South Wales and Pembrey, where Julian Godfrey is among those eager for a good result this weekend. Last time out at Lyndon, there was a spectacular battle between Warren Scott, Julian Godfrey and a two-wheeling Kevin Proctor. It was elbows out at the first corner. Scott hit the front, Proctor elected to serve his joker lap on the second lap, but Ollie O'Donovan was a man on a mission. He'd served his joker right at the very start, and when the stagger unwound, he was in the lead. Godfrey was in the tyres. A battered Fiesta limped off the road as Ollie O'Donovan charged on to a race win. He won the Supercar final at Lyndon. He's the man to beat here. Ollie O'Donovan leads the championship with Ollie Bennett, new to Rallycross this year, second, Kevin Proctor third, and ex-touring car racer Warren Scott fourth. Pembrey this weekend is sure to give some spectacular racing. The track has been adjusted for this season. The joker lap remains, but there are one or two different elements to it. And also this weekend there's a different car on the grid, the Mitsubishi Mirage of James Grint. The race of the day is often the Supercar final, and that is what we have in store. Julian Godfrey is the man on pole position, Ollie Bennett, Andy Grant alongside him, James Grint and Mad Mark the second row, Steve Hill, Nathan Heathcote, Warren Scott the third row. It's a really jumbled, varied looking grid. Lights go green and we go racing. Who is going to win round 3 of the British Championship? Ollie Bennett defends straight away from Julian Godfrey. Grant and Watson, they go for the joker lap. Mad Mark in the Citroen, Grant in the Focus. So Godfrey leads the way, Bennett second, and Steve Hill there, round the outside of James Grint in the new debuting Mitsubishi Mirage that's all sideways. Great car control, he gets it back and he stays ahead of the Mitsubishi Evo as well. Nathan Heathcote next in the queue, the man who won at Croft at the start of the season. Warren Scott is in trouble already though, he retires. We don't have Ollie O'Donovan in this race either. He, remember, was the winner at Lyndon. So this is going to be a very important race as far as the championship is concerned for whoever wins it, because they stand to really make a bit of progress here. It's a very different look to the front of the pack. Julian Godfrey has the advantage, and given his experience and his success, he ought to be able to pull away now. Hill has got Heathcote right up behind him, almost pushing him through Honda Curve. They could not be closer, those two. Over the line together. Now down towards Hatchets. Both of them take that short run. The joker lap is the longer route, and Steve Hill understeers out wide. Has he got a problem? Nathan Heathcote is away and gone. And Ollie Bennett in his Fiesta is absolutely on the limit. That car fabulous to watch. The pendulums left and right. Hill, having lost his place to Heathcote, is losing chunks of time. I'm fearful for the reliability and the longevity of that Mitsubishi again. Julian Godfrey leading the way. Ollie Bennett, new to Rallycross this year, gets better each time out. There you got James Grint in the Mitsubishi, really short, stubby little car, that hanging on to third place and keeping Nathan Heathcote in the Citroen behind him. The C4 that he's been driving is, at least for this weekend, pensioned off. He's got the DS3 at his disposal instead. There, going through Honda Curve is James Grint, heading up towards the timing line. Away, way wide goes Heathcote, all over the weeds. Back onto the tarmac, but ground is lost against the leaders. Heathcote now serves the joker lap and James Grint pulls away up the road. Now the cars thread their way out of that chicane and onto the loose surface. Julian Godfrey leading the way, Ollie Bennett second, but I just think, again, given his experience, that Julian Godfrey is going to be too tall an order to catch really now. There he goes towards Honda Curve, the advantage building all the time. We're on board with Ollie Bennett then now as he works his way up towards the run to the hairpin. Now how is he going to fare relative to those ahead? He could be on for his best finish of the season here. James Grint serves the joker, slots in behind Nathan Heathcote, so the order continues to shuffle. That's one of the beauties of the joker lap. There is Mad Mark Watson turning his way through now. Julian Godfrey across the loose, looking as though a win is going to be his now. It's been a difficult start to the season for him, but as he works his way out of Honda Curve up towards the timing line, Ollie Bennett, the opposition, is falling away just a little. Out of Hatchets. There is Mad Mark, who's also had a very difficult start to the season, but it looks for him as though results are starting to come here as well. Bennett, you're on board with him now, battles his way through. Race leaders work their way across the loose for this, the final time of asking. Up towards the timing line, it is going to be a win, seemingly then, for Julian Godfrey. We're going to have 3 different winners in 3 rounds in the Supercar class of the British Rallycross Championship. Julian Godfrey wins at Pembrey, second across the line, Ollie Bennett. Drama all the way. Julian Godfrey wins, Ollie Bennett second, and Nathan Heathcote up to third ahead of Grint, Grant and Mad Mark.
Julian, it's been a little while since we've seen you standing on the top step of the Supercar podium. You must be delighted.
Yeah, last year here at Pembrey, on the second day I got on the podium, top spot. So, no, very pleased to be back at the top. And some good points today, and this brought the championship very, very close again, near the top end.
Andy, you were absent from the first 2 rounds of the season this year. Came back, front row of the final.
Yeah, thrilled to bits. Done a lot on the car. You know, third in the front row. That was pretty cool.
And how did the final play out for you?
A little bit off the pace come the end. Made a couple of mistakes, but it was very fast.
After a great day's racing at Pembrey, it's Ollie Bennett who leads the championship. He's ahead of Ollie O'Donovan with Julian Godfrey up to third, and Kevin Proctor now takes over 4th place. Now, always a keenly fought category at British Rallycross events, the juniors, the stars of tomorrow. Tom Llewellyn was the man fastest in Q1 and Q2. Tom Constantine was the fastest in Q3. James Constantine, Tom's cousin, third fastest. The final is next. The grid is formed. Pole position, Tom Llewellyn, Tom Constantine, and then James Constantine on the outside of the front row. Tom Middleton is on row 2 with Morgan Root for company. Ola Henry Steinsholt and Ethan Rees complete the grid as we get set. Green lights. These identical Suzuki Swifts, all front-wheel drive, accelerate away with James Constantine and also, by the look of it, Morgan Root and Ethan Rees being those that served the Joker lap early on. And just nosing into the lead is Tom Constantine, but Tom Llewellyn in the silver car comes up round the outside. Home soil this for the Welshman Tom Llewellyn, the son of British Rally champion David, who as ever is here to cheer him on, and he gets the advantage, goes through ahead of Tom Constantine. Into third place, Tom Middleton in 161 in the green checkered car, and he tries to go up round the outside now. He can't quite do it, but not for the want of trying as they bounce their way across the loose. But look, having been side by side 2 corners back, now Llewellyn is out on his own and building an advantage. He won at Lyddon, he won at Croft. He's got an amazing 100% strike rate in junior rallycross finals, and Tom Llewellyn is gapping the opposition here. The other one who's looking a bit menacing, there look in the red and white car, is Ola Henry Steinsholt. He's running 4th, but he started at the back of the grid, and already he's up with the leading group. Llewellyn, though, has scarpered. Look at this, at the end of 1 lap, he's almost into the next round. So far ahead is he. Over the timing line they come, so the real battle is going to be on for second place. To the Joker lap goes Tom Constantine. He turns his way through that right-hander, and of course will drop back in the pack as a consequence. Now there is James Constantine in the distinctive bright green car. He also is looking to gain ground as the cars lean on the suspension. The Suzuki Swifts moving junior rallycross forward. Years ago it was Minis that were the base car, but now the Suzuki Swift, affordable, there's plenty of spare parts available, the cars themselves easy to get hold of, and they're rugged and reliable, and they're a good front wheel drive training academy for rallycross stars of tomorrow. British Touring Car champion Andrew Jordan, one of the graduates of junior rallycross, for example, many years ago. There are others still, of course, in British rallycross ranks that have come out of this. So it is a very good training ground. It's on exactly the same circuit, same meetings as the supercars. So they're learning in the wheel tracks of the best. Down through Honda Curve comes the next battle. There is James Constantine trying to hang on to his place, and he's doing so, but he runs a little bit wide. Does that make him vulnerable at the end of the straight? Let's see. Tom Llewellyn serves the Joker lap and comes out ahead as very wide goes Ola Henry Steinsholt, but he's up to second now on the stagger. And do we get a change for third place? Yes, we do. Morgan Root goes through there. Morgan Root in the orange and black car gets himself ahead of James Constantine, but Tom Llewellyn up front continues to be the man to beat in all of this. Battle on as Morgan Root keeps James Constantine behind him. They're working their way across the loose once again. So Llewellyn it is up front and with a good gap over Ola Henry Steinsholt. It's an excellent drive this by the Scandinavian. It's another new circuit to him. but he's coping with it admirably. Morgan Root third, and actually not that far behind him. So if Steinsholt were to have a problem or make a mistake, they'd soon be up with him. Race leaders work their way out of Honda Curve. And although the weather has been improving and track conditions now far better, there are some leaden skies overhead. I don't think it's going to affect this race. It might affect later finals, as down to the hairpin goes Root. James Constantine still hustling on behind him. Through they turn. Llewellyn ahead of Steinsholt. Root third. Constantine J is fourth. And they work their way towards the loose, as they're lower down in the order is Ethan Rees in 1-1-3. A bit lonely now. Nobody to battle against. Tom Llewellyn dominating. Now, who is going to be the last driver on the podium? That's the next question, because there is the leader. Ole Henry Steinsholt is behind him. But then, for third place, Morgan Root just being able to hang on to it. James Constantine is right there and threatening all the while. It is perhaps the most anonymous of cars, with barely any livery. Only the regulation stickers adorning the side of Tom Llewellyn's car, but it's certainly the fastest. There is Ole Henry Steinsholt then, chasing. His pace gets better round by round by round, and they come through to start the last lap. And they're in trouble, I fear, is Tom Constantine. He was quickest in Q3, but he's dropped a long way back come the final. There is Llewellyn in the lead. Steinsholt this time has to serve the joker, so the gap will widen again. Does he hang on to second place? No! Morgan Root gets ahead of him. Into the pits has just gone Ethan Rees as a retirement. Steinsholt round the outside of Root. He gets back up into second place as they work towards the chicane now. Great little battle between these two, and it's not done yet. Ole Henry Steinsholt then hangs on to second spot. Morgan Root right there behind him third. And if either of those has a problem, look, the green car of James Constantine is there ideally placed to make a move. Tom Llewellyn then is on target for a victory. He bounces his way across the loose, and it looks as though he is going to be on target for 3 in a row this year, and to maintain this amazing record he has of winning finals in junior rallycross. It's going to be fascinating to see where his career takes him next, whether it stays in rallycross or moves him in his father's footsteps into rallying. But here it is a win at Pembrey for the Welshman Tom Llewellyn. He takes the checkered flag to win, with Ole Henry Steinsholt second. 3 out of 3 for Tom Llewellyn, but it is the best result of the season for Ole Henry Steinsholt. He takes second ahead of Morgan Root. Great effort by him ahead of James Constantine with better pace this weekend. In the championship, Tom Llewellyn is away and gone, but Morgan Root's up to second, and Ole Henry Steinsholt is now third after another excellent race. We're ready for the MSA Supernational Rallycross final here at Pembrey. Tristan Ovenden has claimed pole position. Paige Bellamy with him at the front, and then it's Todd Crooks on the outside of row 1. Tony Lynch, the reigning champion, has Alan Tapscott for company on the second row. Mike Howlin, Vince Bristow and Kurt Twyman are on the third as the lights go green and we go racing. On board with Todd Crooks and the Mini as he runs down towards Hatchett's hairpin and goes for the joker lap. So does Mike Howlin. They take that longer route around the first corner, so Alan Tapscott's up to third, but Tristan Ovenden it is then who leads the way as the cars now accelerate up towards the new section, the new chicane, and then onto the loose for the first time. Vince Bristow turns sideways through with the 3 Series BMW. A venerable car, but a quick car nonetheless. He hits the loose, and we've lost, I'm afraid, David Ewing, who'd got in as a reserve, but he is going no further as the cars now work their way across the loose. And Ovenden spins! The leader has gone right the way around. Tristan Ovenden spins and will rejoin, albeit behind Todd Crooks. So where has that dropped him? He's lost the lead, he's lost second, he's lost third, he's lost fourth, and Ovenden is going to be fifth, having spun himself out of the race lead. Mike Howlin is next up, but Ovenden is going to be absolutely seething, no question about it. He's yet to win a final this year, despite having been so quick across the heats and the semi-finals, both at Croft and at Lyndon. So now as the cars run through the second lap, Ovenden gets that joker out of the way. Now he can just concentrate on trying to catch as many people as he can, but given the pace of Paige Bellamy, catching is not going to be easy. Ovenden in turn has got a good gap over Mike Howlin, so he's secure in that respect as the cars now thread their way out of the chicane to the loose. They will turn in a moment. There is Mike Howlin bouncing his way onto the loose section of the circuit. Paige Bellamy then leading the way. She heads up towards the right at Honda Curve. Now, is this going to be 3 from 3 for Paige? You're on board with Todd Crooks then as the cars accelerate their way up over the timing line. Crooks coming under attack because Tristan Overton now goes to the outside. Is he going to be able to make that move? Not there, he's not. Bellaby serves the Joker. And is that going to bring Overton nearer to her? Yes, he blasts past Crooks. And now the Clio, having served its Joker already, gets on with the job of trying to catch the race leader. It's going to be between the Lotus and the Renault. No question now as they hit the loose again in a moment. There you can see Alan Tapscott hard on the brakes, tyres squealing and smoking in protest. To the loose he comes once again. Tapscott, the garage owner, who has been a stalwart rallycrosser and much travelled from deepest, darkest Devon for season after season. And bearing in mind that rallycross takes place up north at Croft, we've had them at Knock Hill in the past. There's nowhere really, in any respect, you could call a local circuit these days. And you don't get a huge amount of track time, but he has, as I say, been a stalwart racer for season after season. Now, to the last lap, Paige Bellaby leads Tristan Overton and then Todd Crooks. Podium at Lyddon, looking as though another podium is going to go its way here. And it also looks as though Bellaby has got a big enough gap not to be caught here. Now as they turn their way up through Dibeni Bend and onto the loose, the gap is coming down. Tristan Overton is almost there. He's catching. It makes you wonder what he could have done but for the spin. But Paige Bellaby now needs to stick out her elbows and make sure they're really pointy and try and keep that V6 Clio, the ex-Jamie Bird car, at bay. There's a yellow flag shown as well, so we've had a drama for somebody. Let's see if we can piece all that together as Overton, at the scene of his spin earlier, gets sideways but powers across the loose. He's lost a length, I reckon, to Bellaby. They hit the tarmac once again. Is he going to be able to make a dive up the inside here into Honda Curve for the last time? Bellaby closes the door. Tristan Overton tries to power alongside as they sprint towards the line. It's a virtual dead heat between the two, and Paige Bellaby takes the win by 23 thousandths. What a finish. Paige Bellaby wins, Tristan Overton second, Todd Crooks third. Alan Tapscott fourth ahead of Vince Bristow and Kurt Twyman, and Paige Bellaby makes it 3 from 3. So the Supernationals Championship still being headed by Paige Bellaby. Tristan Overton is up to second, Alan Tapscott third, and up to fourth is Todd Crooks with Guy Corner down to fifth. The next stop for the British Rallycross Championship is Mondello Park in Ireland. Can't wait.